That's why I very seldom use that bottle opener. Never spilt a drop. Alright fellas, I thought I'd just crack on with putting out the recipe video. This is the most frequent question that I've been asked in recent times. It's like every other question was, when are we getting the recipe for the coconut ShyPA? Are you giving the recipe for coconut ShyPA? And I've explained the reasons why it's took so long to release said recipe. But today, fellas, today we have the recipe. So let's run through it. But before we do that, for the newcomers, the new subscribers that probably have no idea what this coconut ShyPA is, I'll just explain. So in a nutshell and very quickly, so I don't bore everyone that knows the story, I had the opportunity to take a base recipe that I was tinkering around with, the coconut ShyPA, which is a coconut infused IPA, and brew it on a commercial scale at Idle Valley Brewing. And of course that all came together because my good friend Harry said, let's take one of the recipes and get it out there for people to try. So we brewed it up on the brewery that he had. I think it was a 2-barrel system, which is now the pilot sort of batch size that they brew on. And we went over there, brewed it up on a huge scale, something that I wasn't used to. Got it cast, got it into the pub at the Idle Valley Tap, and I managed to get down for the night where it made its sort of debut. It went on for the very first time. And so for me, super cool, super grateful for that opportunity, always will be. And it went down a storm. People were asking for it, so we brewed it up a second time, and again went down a storm. And then Harry said, we need to enter this into a competition. So Idle Valley Brewing entered it into a SYPA Nationals. Was it regionals or nationals? I think it was nationals. I could be wrong. It might have been a regional, but I think it was nationals. Competition, specialty beer, and it picked up a bronze, friggin' rights. And yeah, so a lot of people were asking for it, and that's why I was a bit hesitant on sort of releasing it. We just wanted to do a little bit more on it. But you've asked for it several, many times. And so, here it is. Now I'll give the percents as well as the amounts in weight, because then you can alter it to your brewing system, how much you want it to brew. If you're brewing a 5-gallon batch, 10-gallon, or whatever you want to brew. The malt bill is very simple indeed. There is Marisota, crystal malt, and oats. You're wanting 83.9% Marisota, 11.5% crystal 10, and 4.7% flaked oats. So in weight terms, for the batch size that I would brew here, which is a boil volume of 26 litres, which gives you a batch volume of 21 litres, the amounts I would add for that is 3.55 kg of Marisota, 490 grams of crystal 10, and 200 grams of flaked oats. So that's the malts, that's the grist, that's the grains. Now the mashing of, where's that come from? That's not for this one. So if we're sticking to how I would brew it here for a batch size of 21 litres at the end, you're wanting to mash in with 11.5 litres, and you want a mash temperature of 66 degrees for 1 hour. Once the mash is complete, then you want a fly sparge with 19.5 litres at 75 degrees, and that should get you a pre-boil volume of 26. It's 26 litres, but it's 26.27 litres, and you're wanting an estimated pre-boil gravity of 1037. So then we're in the boil pot, fellas. Then we're in the boil pot. There is only one hop addition in the boil, and that is a 60-minute Columbus drop, 16 grams. That's it. Nothing else goes into the boil. All the magic happens at the back end. Once the boil's completed, you're going to want to chuck in 205 grams of toasted coconut. turn the boil off. You're done with the boil, flick the boil off, in with the toasted coconut. So that sits in there, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes that just sits in there. And then we start chilling. You want to chill it down to 80 degrees, and then you're having 25 grams of Cascade and 20 grams of Mosaic going in for a whirlpool. And that's it. Chill her down, get her into the fermenter. We used US-05, so we'll have 1 pack of US-05 in for this batch that we're brewing now. And you're wanting an estimated post-boil gravity of 1042. And of course, cool the wort, pitch your yeast. Once fermentation is complete, the dry hop is a big old 40 grams of Mosaic for 5 days, as well as another 205 grams of the toasted coconut. And that's it. Crash chiller, get her in the keg, and enjoy. So that's it, fellas. That is the coconut ShyPA recipe out there for the world to see, for the world to brew, and I hope you have fun brewing it up. I'd love to see you brewing it up now. I'd love to see people putting the videos out there for brewing it up, seeing what they think of it. I'm interested to see how people would adapt it, how they'd change it for their own taste, own palate. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And of course, I'm going to get the leaderboard started, so anyone that fancies brewing it up and sending a bottle in, we can set up this, I don't even know how I'm going to work it yet, but we can set up this coconut ShyPA leaderboard, see who does the best version of it. That's the recipe of the coconut ShyPA out there. And I'm done. So as always, guys, don't forget to thumb this video, it keeps doing what I do. Don't forget to hit this little icon here to subscribe. Click it and you won't miss out what's coming up next. Share the video, get it out there for all to see. And until next time, I'm out of here.